Hello, it's So, and today I've got a little clean with me kind of video. I don't know about you, but for me personally, I find it really hard to let go of stuff, even if they're not particularly sentimental objects. The last time I decluttered my room was during the pandemic, and I got rid of my middle school notes, but I still felt like I couldn't get rid of my high school stuff, even if some of them were from 3 or 4 years ago. Now I'm back and I'm ready to finish the job, and I'm finally taking the step forward to let go of the stuff I don't need in my life. I started by reorganizing my stationery. During my No Buy year, I ended up decluttering a lot of my stationery and giving them away via this charity giveaway thing I did on my Instagram, where you would donate to a charity and I would send you some of my stationery in return. These are the pens and markers and washi tapes that I chose to keep, and I'm putting them in these old containers instead of the original storage space I had them in. I used to keep them in like these acrylic drawers, but now I'm using them in the kitchen and my mom is using them in her workspace to hold her stuff, and now I'm just using these old containers. One of them is an old cookie container we got from a friend, and the other is just an organizer I got from Daiso ages ago. I'm gonna try and put in the effort into using the stationery, and if it turns out that I actually don't need it, I plan on giving them to my local elementary school. I really just want my items to be well used and well loved within their lifespan because pens and other things like that don't last forever. I know it's weird to think about stationery having an expiration date, but they really do. Like, even if it's a lot longer comparatively to like food or something like that, stationery can like still dry out, they can stiffen up, and if they go unused to that point, then it's kind of a waste. I noticed during my No Buy year at the start when I was like organizing everything, I realized that some of my washi tapes and stickers had gotten so old to the point where they either lost their stickiness or they got so sticky that they wouldn't peel off. I also think like looking back at my collection and then looking at my current collection now, it was helpful for me to set aside the stationery that I was kind of unsure of. Usually when I declutter and I'm feeling on the edge about some stuff, I put them in the box and I see if I actually miss them or not. Not to say that I'm some sort of huge minimalist, I actually think I'm kind of a maximalist at heart because I really enjoy having a variety of things in my life, and I fall very easily for marketing, but I like the philosophy that Marie Kondo promotes where you only keep things that genuinely bring you joy in your life. I don't think I could live one of those Instagram minimalist lives or live like those zero waste sustainability Instagram accounts. Well, mostly because I think that social media is kind of fake and whatever we see on social media is largely manufactured, like it's just an image. However, I definitely want to realign my life and my personal values to become more sustainable and minimal, but I guess I would just want to do it a little imperfectly to accommodate certain things in my life. For example, I have some items and some habits that don't necessarily count as minimal or zero waste or sustainable, but there are reasons why I still like partake in them. For example, I use an electric toothbrush instead of a compostable toothbrush due to my chronic hand pain. And because of some like dietary problems I have with like alternative protein, I do eat eggs instead of going completely vegan. So it's just something that I'm working on, and I think it's always going to be a work in progress because I don't think it's possible in our current society to be 100% perfectly minimalist and perfectly zero waste, but you know, it's something that I'm trying to realign myself towards. After that, I went through all of my high school binders and I tried to shred what I could for our compost pile, and then I recycled the rest. The plastic dividers and the binders themselves were still in pretty good condition, so I saved them all, and I'm gonna drop them off at the elementary school for other kids to use. I know it might seem odd that I'm getting rid of high school notes several years after graduating from high school. I'm literally a junior in college. Wait, no, I recently finished my last semester, so I'm going to be a senior in college now. So it's like almost 4 or 5 years ago that I've had these notes from. And yeah, like it's definitely a little odd, but it was actually really hard for me to get rid of them. There's sort of this slight sentimentality aspect to it, and there's also this notion of, oh, I might need this again someday, even though I probably won't. Maybe I have some hoarding tendencies, or maybe it's a side effect from living the life that I've currently lived. My family and I are definitely more comfortable than we used to be, partially because of this whole social media thing that took off for me, but we're still low income and I'm still a first-gen student, so I have sort of this hang up around getting rid of things, and I have this ingrained habit of acting like we don't have enough when we actually do. And because of our family background, I was raised with this mentality of everything has a use. So it's definitely harder to get rid of something in case it actually does have a use later on down the road. Does anyone feel the same way? Regardless of if you're low income or first gen, or even if you're wealthier, do you have the same issue with stuff that I have? I think that's why this cleaning and this decluttering and this organizing made me feel simultaneously cathartic and nervous, because it's true that when my physical environment around me is neat and orderly, I do feel like I have a slighter, more increased sense of control and a more steadier sense of balance when it comes to mental health. However, I just can't get rid of this nervousness that accompanies getting rid of stuff. It's definitely wonderful to have some space opened up and to have less stuff weighing me down, but I just can't get rid of the idea that I might need this one day. So, I guess it's for the better, because I definitely feel much more calm and secure now that I have more space. But those are just my thoughts that came to me while I was cleaning and organizing and decluttering. And here is what everything looks like now, with everything emptied out and then reorganized and put back in. And now here are the school supplies that I plan to donate to my elementary school. And I know it seems like a lot, but this is years and years of notes and plastic binders that I'd rather not have go to the landfill. So I'm hoping that some other kids can get some better use out of them, and someone else will use them as well as I did. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much to all my patrons for making my content creation possible. If you'd also like to support me in my content creation, I will leave my Patreon link down below as well. And again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember to hit the bell, subscribe, all of that usual stuff. And, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!